Everyone showed up outside the courthouse, the devout praying for a tough sentence, musicians with their messages of solidarity, creative types, Pussy Riot wannabes, even a string quartet, and police everywhere. Prominent opposition leaders showed up to voice their support. Garry Kasparov, the chess master, questioned why he was being arrested as he was led away. And Alexei Navalny, another opposition leader, said their presence was important.
Why am I here? It's a question of the future of Russian justice. Will we see in the future not just politically motivated trials, but open lawlessness? That bears as much relation to courts as the Inquisition does.
The women were charged with hooliganism motivated by religious hatred. From the start of the trial, it looked bad. 3 petite women behind bars or placed in a glass enclosure, in what was seen by many as excessive demonstration of the power of the state, ferried in and out of the courtroom under heavy police presence. The women's defense team called the trial a sham.
The verdict was the result of political decisions made in the Kremlin by Vladimir Putin.
In her closing statement before the sentencing earlier this month, Pussy Riot member Nadezhda Tolokonnikova showed no fear about her future.
We may physically be behind bars, but we are more free than you sitting on the side of the prosecution. The difference is that we choose to say what we wish and what we think.
Few Russians considered the women's performance in the Cathedral of Christ the Savior performance art and activism. Most viewed it as a stunt. And for a country that's grown increasingly religious, Pussy Riot's action offended many. But the strong reaction from the state has produced an ironic situation in which most Russians disapprove of Pussy Riot's antics but sympathize with the girls.
The Pussy Riot trial has raised sensitive, uncomfortable issues for Russians. Liberalism, feminism, the individual right to free speech versus freedom of religion. And all of this is part of the greater narrative between the state and the opposition.
It's a harsh punishment for a performance which lasted under 1 minute, apparently unforgivable enough to the Russian Orthodox Church and subversive enough to the state to merit prison time. A message to the Russian opposition to think twice about protest. Melissa Chan, Al Jazeera, Moscow.